Marisol stands at the edge of the old playground where the swings still creak in the evening breeze. The golden light of dusk bathes the empty slide in soft warmth. She watches the empty benches and remembers laughing with her sister Lena just months ago. Back then, the world felt small and safe. Now, Lena lives across the galaxy on a distant mining colony. Marisol's chest aches with the weight of absence. She feels a hollow pull in her heart, as if something vital has slipped away forever. Each morning, Marisol wakes before sunrise. She makes tea the way Lena taught her, 2 leaves of jasmine, a touch of honey. She carries the steaming cup to her study and stares at the holocommunicator. On its quiet surface, she imagines Lena's bright smile. But she has not called yet. She worries that Lena is too busy building a new life among strangers. She fears her own voice will sound weak or clinging. At work, Marisol repairs old starship. Engines in the hangar. Her hands move with practiced skill as she polishes metal panels and rethreads fuel conduits. The engines hum under her touch, a promise of power and motion. She loves this work. It reminds her that humans can transform broken things into engines of possibility. Still, each time she tightens a bolt, she feels a tug toward home. She no longer shares. After her shift, she wanders through the crowded market. Merchants sell exotic fruits and artificial flowers. Families stroll under neon signs that glow like rainbows in the night. Marisol picks up a small ceramic figurine of 2 dancers. Lena once sketched dancers' movements for her art project. Marisol holds the figurine, its smooth curves warm to the touch. She imagines Lena tracing the same lines in a hollow sketchpad. The memory brings a smile and a sharp pain. That night, she dreams of floating in space. Stars drift past like fireflies. And she reaches for one. It slips through her fingers. She calls out to Lena, but her voice is swallowed by silence. She wakes with tears on her pillow, her heart pounding with longing. The next day, Marisol decides she must try. She races through the hangar at dawn, her toolbox swinging at her side. She climbs the narrow stairs to the tower. Control panels flash with readiness. Marisol breathes deeply, steadying her nerves. She places a hand on the holocommunicator. She pictures Lena's face, the determined set of her jaw, the way her eyes light up when she laughs. Marisol taps the call icon. Soft chime echoes in the tower. The screen flickers as the connection builds. For a moment, nothing happens. She feels her heart sink. Then, with a gentle static, Lena's face appears. She looks tired, but surprised. Marisol? Lena's voice is soft, cautious. Is that you? Marisol's throat tightens. She bows her head, fighting to keep her voice steady. Lena, she pauses, then continues in simple words. I miss you. I miss us. I'm proud of you. Out there, but I feel so far away. Lena's lips quiver. Her eyes glisten under the light. I miss you too, she whispers. Every day, I thought I had to be strong alone. But I needed you here. Marisol's chest warms. The emptiness softens. She draws a deep breath. Tell me about your new life, she says. Show me your workshop. Let me help, even from here. For the next hour, they share stories. Lena describes the red dust that coats the mining machines. Marisol shows the latest engine design she finished. They laugh when a loose panel rattles. In the tower, they plan a virtual painting session and name new star systems. Each word bridges the distance between them. When the call ends, Marisol steps outside into the sunrise. The sky glows pink and gold. She feels lighter, as if a ship has lifted off from her chest. She carries with her a spark of hope, a proof that human connection can span any gulf. Alone on the platform, she raises her arms like a pilot greeting the stars. Her spirit soars. No matter how far Lena travels, their bond will always guide them home. Marisol sits at her workbench under the glow of a single lamp. Her hands hover over thin strips of metal, but she does not move. The holoscreen beside her remains dark, with no new calls from Lena. Since her sister moved across the galaxy, the silence has grown heavy. Marisol feels a hollow ache where laughter used to be. She misses the sound of Lena's voice and the way they solved puzzles together. Dusk settles outside the window, and Marisol wonders how to reach across the void. She tries to stay busy. At the shipyard, she polishes engine parts until they shine. Each bolt she tightens reminds her of shared victories with Lena. They once repaired a freighter's broken drive together. Now every spark on her bench only sparks memories. In the break room, she studies colorful brochures for distant worlds. None feel right. She needs something more than words on a screen. She needs a way to carry her hope to Lena's door. Late one night, Marisol cradles a small datapad. She scrolls through gift ideas, but feels none capture her heart. A hollow frame seems cold. A digital painting feels distant. She closes her eyes and breathes deeply. Suddenly an idea takes shape. She will craft something real, something built by her own hands. She will build a tiny model of the playground where they first laughed together. Will hold their memories and her promise. At her bench, Marisol clears away old tools. She selects slivers of wood for slides and delicate wires for swings. With careful strokes, she carves two small figures in mid-laughter. She welds a narrow base that glows with soft amber light. She programs the glow to pulse gently, like a heartbeat. On a glass panel, she etches a star map showing the path from her station to Lena's colony. Every detail carries memory, hope, and human will. When the model glows for the first time, Marisol feels tears on her cheeks. She whispers, "This is for you." She wraps it in soft padding and seals it in a sturdy box. In a letter, she writes, simple words, "I miss you. I believe in us. No distance can break what we share." She tells Lena how each part was made and why it matters. She folds the letter into the box, then breathes in hope. At dawn, Marisol hails a cargo shuttle. The crew carefully loads her package. She stands tall, though her heart pounds like an engine starting up. In her mind, she watches the shuttle climb into star lanes. She pictures the package carried through photon gates and solar winds. She imagines Lena opening the box under alien skies. She trusts human determination to carry her gift across space. For days, Marisol buries herself in work. She tests new drive coils and runs safety checks. The rhythm of engines comforts her. It reminds her that humans turn raw elements into power. Still, her thoughts drift to the gift. She checks her pad each hour. The screen remains empty. Doubt creeps in, a chill behind her smile. She fights the fear that the package was lost to the void. On the 7th morning, her pad chirps with a message. Lena's name flashes on the display. Marisol's breath catches. Lena's tired face appears, eyes bright with surprise and joy. She holds the tiny model in her hands, letting the amber light wash over her desk. She traces the star map with one finger, then lifts a carved figure to her lips as if to kiss it. "It is perfect," she whispers. "It feels like home." Marisol exhales a breath she did not know she held. Her chest warms, the hollow ache, replaced by light. Through the screen, Lena's voice trembles with emotion. She tells Marisol she will come home on leave, and they will rebuild the playground for real. They laugh at the thought of sparks flying during new repairs. They share memories and dream of new adventures together. When the call ends, Marisol stands in the soft morning light. She looks at the empty workbench where the model once glowed. She knows it will return, carried by human hands across starways. She feels hope pulsing in her veins like an engine at full power. Distance may stretch across galaxies, but human will, love, and hope can cross any void. Marisol turns back to her tools, ready for whatever comes next. Marisol wakes before dawn, her heart light with hope. Yesterday's call with Lena still glows in her mind. She makes jasmine tea and carries it outside, where the air is cool. The sky is streaked with pink clouds. Marisol breathes deeply. She feels the spark of human will inside her, a steady warmth that says nothing is impossible. Though the distance between her and Lena spans light years, Marisol knows that hope can cross any void. She walks to the old playground with a small halo projector. The swings here hang silent, the slides paint chipped. Marisol sets the projector on a bench, casts Lena's image in flickering light. She hears her sister's laughter echo in her mind. Neighbors stop to watch. Their faces soften, remembering their own friendships. The projector shows the tiny model Marisol, built. Its amber glow pulses slowly, like a living heart. The crowd murmurs in surprise and admiration. That evening, Marisol posts simple leaflets around the district. Help rebuild our playground. Bring hope home.
Oh.
She prints them on recycled paper and pins them to community boards. At the market, she hands flyers to market stall owners and families. Her voice is steady, filled with determination. Many take a leaflet, smile and nod. A curious child tugs at his mother's sleeve. "Can I help?" he asks. Marisol's chest swells. Knows that from small hands and hopeful hearts, great projects grow. By the next morning, a small group gathers at the playground. There are engineers, artists, parents, and students. Marisol leads them in a simple plan. Paint the slide, fix the swings, plant flowers around the fence. She divides tasks based on each person's skill. Her voice rings with clear purpose. Volunteers pair off and begin work under the rising sun. They lift beams and stir paint. Laughter returns to the playground. Each nail hammered and each stroke of paint carries a promise. Marisol visits the local council hall to request materials. She carries drawings and a short speech. This playground is more than swings and slides. It is a symbol of our human spirit. It will reunite to sisters, and it will unite all of us. Council members listen, impressed by her calm, honest words. They agree to provide wood, paint, and tools. Marisol thanks them with a bright smile. She steps into the sun outside, clutching the approved form like a victory flag. Back at the playground, the group works through the afternoon. They sand rusty metal and replace broken boards. Young volunteers lift beams while others paint murals of stars and galaxies. Marisol stands on a ladder, painting a comet streaking across the fence. She thinks of Lena on her faraway world, of the day they will push each other on these swings once more.
Ow.
The air hums with energy. It feels like a shipyard, every person a vital part of a greater design. Late that evening, Marisol settles at her desk and opens her holocom. A message from Lena appears with a date. She will arrive in 2 weeks on Duval Station for leave. Marisol's eyes shine. She types back quickly. "We will be ready." She rereads the message, imagining Lena stepping down onto this world again. The hollow ache in her chest is gone, replaced by a fierce warmth. She falls asleep dreaming of a sister's embrace among fresh paint and new laughter. Over the next days, volunteers return each morning and evening. At sunrise, they tighten bolts and check swings. At sunset, they sweep paths and water flowers. One night, Marisol stands alone in the lamp glow, looking at the nearly finished slide, gleams in new blue paint. She traces its smooth curve with her finger. "This is for you, Lena," she whispers. Her voice is soft but unwavering. She knows that every human hand that helped here shares in her hope. On the day of Lena's arrival, Marisol meets her at the spaceport gate. She wears a simple dress and carries a small bouquet of orange blossoms. When Lena steps through the airlock, dusty from travel, their eyes meet. Time seems to stand still. Then they run to each other and hug, laughter mixing with tears. Feels Lena's weight in her arms and remembers how strong their bond truly is. Distance has not broken them. They walk hand in hand to the playground. Under a bright afternoon sky, the gates slide open. The swings swayed gently in the breeze. Lena's eyes widen at the new murals and fresh flowers. She runs to a swing and lifts Marisol onto the seat beside her. They swing slowly, side by side, watching the world in quiet joy. In that moment, every star between them seems to shine, a little brighter, as if celebrating human will and hope. As the sun dips low, they sit on the bench beneath the painted comet. Lena leans her head on Marisol's shoulder. "Thank you," she says softly. "Thank you for bringing me home." Marisol smiles and squeezes her sister's hand. She knows that together, they are stronger than any void. And as the first stars appear overhead, they make a quiet promise, wherever they go. They will carry each other in their hearts, guided by the light of hope. Marisol stands in the dim hangar long after her shift ends. The engines rest on their stands, silent and cold. She traces her fingers over a small Hala emitter she helped build weeks ago. It still works, but it cannot send her voice or her smile all the way to Lena. Every night, she dreams of ways to cross that distance. She misses her sister's laughter and her steady strength. Tonight, she vows to try something new. She remembers how Lena loved to paint. Lena collected bright pigments from alien flowers and sketched them under twin moons. Marisol fetches a broken service drone from the back wall. The drone once carried tools between decks. Now its metal shell is scratched, its circuits exposed. Marisol imagines this drone reborn as a messenger of hope. It will carry her words, her drawings, her voice to Lena's world. First, she cleans the shell with a cloth. She polishes rusty panels until they gleam. Then she installs a new halo emitter in the drone's head. She pulls out data drive slots and fits them with larger memory. She wires a small speaker to the emitter so she can speak through it. Each connection she solders by hand, steady and precise. When a wire snaps, she stays calm. She rethreads it and tries again. Human hands can shape metal and code alike. Next, she writes the code to link the emitter and the speaker. In a quiet corner of the hangar, she taps on her tablet. The code is simple: record a message, store it, then beam it through the emitter when the drone arrives. She adds a loop so Lena can replay the greetings. She names the program Voice of Home. As she types, her fingertips glow with reflected light. She feels hope pulsing in her veins like power through a ship's warp coil. On the first test run, the drone lifts off with a gentle hum. It hovers over the engine stands and pans its sensors. But when Marisol taps play, only static crackles through the speaker. She frowns. She opens the panel and checks the wiring. One loose contact is to blame. She fixes it and tries again. The drone hovers, the circuit board lights up, and now a clear note of her voice says, "Hello, Lena, I miss you." Marisol's chest swells with pride and relief. Still, she knows this is only one step. The drone must travel through the come lanes and reach Lena's station. She needs help to program the flight path. She calls her friend engineer Tobias on her pad. Tobias arrives with a grin, loads mapping software and traces a route through relay satellites and quantum gateways. "This path looks safe," he says. "Your drone will make it." Marisol thanks him. She feels the strength of human teamwork behind her. At dawn, Marisol stands beside the ready drone. She holds its slender arm and presses launch. The hangar doors open. Warm light spills in. The drone rises into the clear sky and vanishes. Among the clouds, Marisol watches its signal on her tablet. A tiny green dot moves along the map. Her heart pounds. She whispers, "Bring my words to her." For the next hour, she cannot work. She paces the hangar, checking the dot's progress. It passes one relay, then another. Finally, it crosses the last gateway. The dot blinks twice and disappears from her map. A new message pops up. Message delivered. Marisol's knees feel weak. She sits on a crate, closes her eyes, and breathes. Deeply, hope fills her lungs. That evening, her pad chimes. A video call from Lena appears. Marisol taps answer with trembling fingers. The screen clears, and Lena's face shines on it. She holds the small drone in her hands. Shell is scratched, but its Hala emitter glows softly. Lena's eyes fill with tears. "Marisol," she says, "it reached me. I could hear your voice and see your drawing of the playground." Marisol smiles through the screen. "I built it for you," she says, "so you know that I never stopped trying." They talk until late. Lena shows Marisol the drone on her desk. Under pink lights, she places her hand on it and laughs softly. Marisol laughs too, her heart light. She watches as Lena programs the drone to send a message back. Soon, Marisol hears Lena's voice, calm and steady. "I love you, and I miss you. I will find a way home soon." When the call ends, Marisol stands by the hangar doors again. The sun has set, and the stars gleam in the sky. She thinks of Lena. Listening to her words through a little drone on a distant world, human will turns scrap metal into a bridge across space. She lifts her face to the stars. Her chest is full of hope. No distance can break the bond of human hearts, and as long as they try, they will always find a way back to each other. Marisol wakes before dawn to a sky brushed in pale pink. Today is the day Lena arrives for her first visit home. The air feels cool on her skin, and she breathes deeply, filling her lungs with hope. After weeks of plans and messages, the moment has come to close the space between them. Marisol dresses in her favorite blue dress and ties her hair back. She checks her pockets for the small data pad that holds all the letters and drawings she sent. It is her treasure, a sign of human care that crossed star lanes. She steps outside into the quiet street and walks toward the playground. Volunteers have finished painting the slides in bright colors. The swings swayed gently in the morning breeze. Fresh flowers bloom at the fence line. Marisol smiles as she runs her hand along the smooth paint. Each brushstroke was guided by hope. She adjusts. A ribbon on the new sign, Lena and Marisol's playground. The ribbon flutters like a small flag. Marisol steps back and wipes her eyes. She cannot wait to see Lena's face when she sees this place. Next, Marisol visits the small cafe near the spaceport. She ordered pastries and tea to share. The baker saved the best table by the window. Marisol arranges the treats on a tray and covers them with a cloth. She carries the tray through the empty streets, her steps light with excitement. Neighbors wave and smile. They've watched Marisol's project grow, and they share her joy. A child tugs at her sleeve and asks, "Is she coming today?" Marisol kneels, touches the child's shoulder, and says, "Yes, she is. We will be together soon." The child's eyes shine with wonder, and Marisol's heart swells with hope. At the spaceport gate, Marisol arrives an hour early. She stands, among other families waiting for loved ones. Behind the glass doors, a small shuttle glides in under thruster fire. The engines settle, and lights flash green. Passengers step forward, one by one. Marisol's pulse quickens with each figure that walks out. She holds her breath. Finally, the doors open again, and Lena appears. She looks tired but radiant. Her hair is dusted with red sand from her colony world. She pauses, scanning the crowd, until her eyes find Marisol's. Marisol steps forward and opens her arms. Lena runs to her, and they meet in a tight embrace. Marisol feels the warmth of her sister's arms and the steady beat of her heart. For a moment, the world fades away. They sway gently, holding on to each other as if the space between them were never there. Nearby families smile, children clap, and the air fills with soft cheers. Marisol lifts her head and meets Lena's eyes. Both are bright with tears and joy. "Welcome home," Marisol whispers. Lena brushes a strand of hair from her sister's face and smiles. "It is good to be home," she replies. They step back, and Marisol offers her the tray of pastries. Lena laughs at the sweet pastries that she remembers from childhood. They sit at the cafe table by the window and share stories of their days apart. Marisol tells Lena about the playground and the helpers who came. Lena tells Marisol about life among the miners, the hard work, and the beauty of alien skies. With each word, their bond grows stronger. After tea, they walk hand in hand to the playground. The morning sun shines warm and bright. Marisol shows Lena the painted swings and the comet mural on the fence. She points to the ribbon on the sign and unties it. It falls away to reveal the new name. Lena's eyes fill with tears. She runs to the swings and lifts her legs high. Marisol pushes gently, and they laugh as the wind whistles past. Around them, the village gathers friends, neighbors, and families who came to share in their reunion. When the crowd parts, Marisol and Lena stand by the benches. Marisol holds out the datapad. "These are all your letters and drawings," she says. Lena takes it carefully and scrolls through each message. Her smile grows with every page. "You never gave up," she says softly. "Even when I was far away," Marisol nods. "Distance is nothing," she answers. "Human will can cross any void." As the sun dips low, Lena rests her head on Marisol's shoulder. They sit side by side and watch the stars emerge. Above them, the first star glimmers like a promise. Marisol feels peace in her heart. She knows that no matter where Lena goes, their bond will guide them home. Around them, the playground stands bright and new, a symbol of human hope and cooperation. In that moment, Marisol and Lena make a quiet vow to stay connected, to send messages and build bridges, and to always let hope light their way through any darkness.